Hello guys, I'm Start and I'm here to record a Population 20 Archer build order. That's probably the build order I'm using the most here and one of my favorite ones. So if you use this, you're probably going to have some good results. I like to play the Archer opening for quite a few reasons. First off, you basically are making the counter unit to militias, men-at-arms, all kind of infantry opening. If you're facing off scouts, you can just quickly attack your opponent using a few spearmen. And if you just want to keep raiding and messing up for Castle Age, you are just going to reach Castle Age with something between 15 to 20 crossbows, which is a huge army of crossbows, with a very reasonable time. So this build, in my opinion, is just what you need here to climb in the ranked and get better on the 1v1s. Let's go for it. Let's start here. I'm going to play with the Berbers, guys. Why? They have no eco bonus, so if we can just manage to make this build with the Berbers, it means that we can be even better performing the same strategy with other civilizations that have eco bonuses, like Mongols, Britons, Lithuanians, Maidens, and a lot of other civs. We just start here by making two houses, starting to collect the sheep, very standard for most builds. Oh, we just found a rhino. We want to find a good wood spot, and of course, find all our resources. I'm already going to send the sheep here in the center of the order and shift the views to it. I like to shift the views to the next ship because it just adds a lot of efficiency to the build. They have like no idle time. Once they finish eating one sheep, they go straight to the other. Just a small tip. Found the sheep. Found the other rhino. If you are comfortable with the practices of luring, killing the boar with the TC, all of those small steps can add a lot to your build. But if you are not, don't you worry, you can still perform it. See? A bit of idle time, but not much. The idea here is that we're going to eat our first initial 4 sheep, the other 4 are just gonna keep quiet here on the TC. We have 3 villagers on the wood, we just found all of our resources, if not we could just keep scouting. And let's go for the first rhino, which was here. Sending more views to the sheep. There we go. You want to try to kill the rhino in the best spot on the TC here, if possible. We have 80 views on the food. Let's just send a villager to the mill. You can add a house, you need a house, you can add with this view, or you can add with one of the wood villagers. I'm going to use one of the wood villagers for this very reason that this house can already help me walling this area. So that's what I want to do. Right now we're just gonna keep sending villagers to the food, not to the berries but to the hunt, until we have around 14 villagers collecting food. Oh, we found our opponent. You can just queue up until villagers until we reach like 20 pop. 16 plus 4, that's what we want to have here. Why are we getting the boar? They are the fastest source of food. This is what allows us to click with population 20 and not 21, 22 and so on. $14 on the food, that's enough. Let's just send the next 2 villagers towards the wood line. And make the loom so that we can click. If at that moment you feel like you won't have the food that you need, already drop a second house. Okay? That's my suggestion for you. I'm gonna queue up all the villagers from the board to the next source of food here. A deer would be better if we were luring, but if not, that's just okay. We're just going to select 5 villagers and send towards the wood, not the injured one. The injured one we'll try to keep on the TC, right? Make a lumber camp, 2 more villagers towards the gold. You can already fix the villagers on the lumber camp for extra efficiency. Trying to put each villager on a single wood line. 2 more villagers to the stagglers. And we keep eating the food here. 10 villagers on the wood, 2 on the gold, and 5 on the food. Can already send more builds here to the berries. We are about around 50% of the way, so that's the time for us to build both barracks and a house. Now a small tip, send 2 villagers. It's better. If a scout finds you and tries to kill you, you have 2. And of course, if you feel like you might be getting rushed or something, just focusing on make small palisades around your woodlines here. And do not build so far away from the TC. Just 2 small tips. Next villagers are gonna go to the gold, and immediately after reaching Feudal Age, we're gonna make an archer range and double beat axe. Right after the archer range, this villager can start making a house. This other can go back to the TC to collect food, wood, or whatever you want to do. We have double beat axe. Our archer range is almost built. We can start producing archers. Now, it depends. Do you want to play more aggressive? You want to rush in a blacksmith and quickly click in fletching as soon as you can. All the villagers, now that we have these that we have transitioned here, you want to send towards the food. So let's start making farms. And making archers. Let me make a small pause here because I feel like there are at least three different approaches here, mostly to the situation. If you are getting pushed by men-at-arms or militias, at this moment you do not have your archers on the archer range. You probably have those archers shooting those guys, and you are just trying to maximize your efficiency. Your focus is not to idle your TC, and you want also not to lose a single villager. That's probably what you want to be doing. If you feel like your map is unwallable, like, man, I won't be able to wall my map start. My map is very bad. There's no way, I cannot see a way of finishing it off. Well, at least try to make the buildings in the front of your base so that you force your opponent to go to the sides, or if you can at least wall one side so he's forced to go to the other. If you still are not comfortable that you are going to be able to wall, my suggestion for you, my friend, is to drop a stable after you have at least something like 7 to 8 views on the food, and you will just start making scouts when you can afford it, okay? So you play with archers and scouts because that will help you to defend, especially if you are facing off the eagle and skirmisher composition. That's probably the worst composition that can attack you. If you cannot wall, but you are just facing scouts, don't you worry. Small walls on your resources and a few spearmen are more than enough. And if you want to go for like full wall, you can as well. Which is the most expensive approach from those? The scout one will delay your uptime, but it will give you more army and the option of being aggressive with the best army composition of the game. Scout and archers for Feudal Age. And if you want to go for a more defensive approach, to just reach Castle Age with a lot of crossbows, and meanwhile on Feudal Age you just want to be safe from the enemy army, you can go for the walling. Right here, I'm going to make one of the approaches here. I'm going for the wall. Let's see how this will work. Just going to send to make the blacksmith here. I'm already sending more villagers there to the berries and so on. I'm just going to invest all my wood here into walling. I'm gonna take out villagers from the wood and send them to wall stuff. I want to maximize my walling time here. So I'm walling. I made the blacksmith already. I'm making houses so I don't have to get housed. Making fletching. I will have fletching around 4 archers here. I'll be fully walled soon. And now I'm just going to invest all the wood that I'm spared here into making new farms. The goal now is to get up to Castle Age, is to have an economy that allows us to go for the Castle Age. How much economy do we need? I would say that around 18 villagers on the food is needed here for a standard build. So we keep making archers, we are fully walled. That's like the most expensive thing you can do. Like, we just did the upgrades, we just did the walls. Don't forget to keep making houses. My suggestion for the houses and for every build that you do it in a way that it helps you to protect your own base. Okay? So instead of doing like the house here, let's do it here, close to the wall. Once you have 60 wood, drop a farm. 60 wood, sorry, drop a farm. 60 wood, drop a farm. That's how you go. That's how you grow your economy. Do not keep banking up resources here, okay? Just keep dropping farms and archers. And once in a while, you might want to make a house so you don't get housed. Go. We have already 15 villagers. What? 16 villagers on the food. The houses. 17 villagers on the food. We are about to have 18 views on the food. There we go, 18 villagers on the food. What are we going to do now? We're just going to keep sending villagers towards the goal until we have enough to click up. Of course, not stopping to make archers, and you can keep reinforcing your walls if needed with houses. I'm keeping the archers incitement, but we already have fletching, so those archers should be attacking the opponent, trying to get his economy, resources, and so on. And of course, we are walled, so we are kind of safe, we are fine. We have around 12 farms. I would say that a good number of farms here is 14 for any kind of strat. 12 are like enough, but 14 is great. Remember that we are just counting farms, but not the total amount of views on food. Until you click, you want to have 18 views, and that's what we have. They're just distributed in all of our food sources. Of course, in this game we didn't get the hunt, we didn't lure the zebras, so this can be even better. Oh, this is over. Let's just send those guys to the wood. If there's some ifs now, I'm just gonna click to Castle Age. Now that we are up to Castle Age, we want to do a few things. First off, we want to make 2 upgrades that we're gonna do despite what we choose. We are gonna do the horse collar and the gold mining upgrade. Stark, why are you doing horse collar now? We just did like all the farms without horse collar and it does not apply. The thing is, you are going to have to reseed those farms. And since we went very early on for Feudal Age, around 10 minutes we were already doing lots of farms around our TC. So if you check our farms here, some of them are nearly gone here. So we are soon going to have to reseed those farms. You do not want to reseed your farms without the horse collar, okay? I'm even going to throw off the automatic farms reseeder so we can see which farms are getting over, so you understand what I'm telling that. Another stuff here, we have a group of archers. We're gonna have around like 15 to 16 archers once we reach castle, and right here you need to choose what you want to do, how you want to play. For example, if you want to play with cavalry, if you want to play with knights, you can even go for like double stable. Yes, you can. But what do you need to do? You need to have at least 18 villagers on the foot to support those knights. And at first, you might give priority to upgrade the archers with the crossbowman upgrade, the bodkin arrow, and later you can start upgrading the armor for the knights, later the bloodlines. So here the knights are basically going to support your crossbow army, and later they will become your main army, okay? If you want to play crossbows, you can already add a second archer range, so we have two double archer range producing. We have 10 views on the gold, so that will be more than enough to keep the archer production. We need actually 8 views, but we have 10 right here for some reasons. First of those reasons is we need to upgrade the crossbowman and bodkin arrow, so we need a small accident of gold. And of course the game situation will dictate what you are going to choose to do. You can go, for example, for crossbowman and mangonels. You can go for crossbowman and ballistics. You just want to keep trading archer versus archer with your opponent, and you feel like ballistics will just give you a big difference in the micro. That's fine, go for the ballistics. You might just feel like, oh, my opponent is I don't know, he's Frank and I'm afraid of the knights. I feel like I should add something to help my archers. Go for the monks, great counter for knights. And if the game is just safe and sound, you feel like you just opened a big advantage, your opponent's just walling off and try to make towers to defend himself, just outboom him. Drop new TCs and outboom him. That will do it, okay? So those are the few options that we have in mind. There are many other stuff that you can do, but this is the basics. Hope you have enjoyed it. And of course, I'll just keep links to the following ups of this build order. The Knight follow-up, the Crossbowman follow-up with Mangonel, the Crossbowman follow-up with Boom, and so on, so you have some guide of, oh, where should I go from now? Okay, that's it.